press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
The graph on BMI for adults shows that obesity has the highest percentage, with weights between 150 and 290 kilograms. The second largest percentage is in the normal range, with weights from 60 to 120 kilograms. The BMI for overweight is between 25 and 30, while the healthy weight range is from 18.5 to 25. Heights are between 140 and 200 centimeters, and weights range from 30 to 150 kilograms. This graph summarizes body mass information effectively. The following graph gives information about two different kinds of needs models. As we can see from the left-hand side, the needs can be divided into three kinds, which are status needs, stimulation needs, and security needs. However, on the right-hand side, we can see from the top to the bottom, there are 5 kinds of needs, which are self-actualization needs, self-esteem needs, belonging needs, safety needs, and physiological needs. Specifically, safety needs mean freedom from fear and belonging needs mean friends, family, and love. In conclusion, the two models are similar in showing humans different kinds of needs. In the upper left area, a black keyboard is shown with hands positioned correctly parallel to each other. In the lower left, a hand is correctly aligned with the keyboard. In the upper right, two hands are twisted against each other, indicating an incorrect posture. The second right image shows two hands pointing in opposite directions, which is also incorrect. The third right image depicts a hand forming an angle with the keyboard. In the lower right, a hand has a wrist forming a right angle. Overall, the graph is very informative. The following graph gives information about the solar system. This is a lovely picture, and it shows a number of things. According to this graph, the largest planet is Jupiter, the color of it is brown. You can see from this graph that the second largest planet is Saturn, the color of it is brown, and the smallest planet is Mercury, followed by Mars, Earth, Venus, Neptune, Uranus. In conclusion, this picture is very informative. This line chart shows information about renewable energy total consumption and major sources from 1949 to 2008. To begin with, we can see that there are categories in comparison, which are total, hydroelectric power, wood, wind, and biofuels. According to the graph, most of the categories had increased during this time period except that wood had decreased a bit at the beginning of the time period. Last but not the least, the use of wind and biofuels had increased dramatically since 2000. In conclusion, different categories have different trends during this time period. The graph shows the number of people at a London Underground station throughout the day. The station is busiest in the morning, with a sharp increase to 400 people between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, dropping to under 200 by 10 o'clock. Usage rises to just under 300 from 11 to 1500 hours, then falls to below 100 by 1600 hours. There's a rapid rise to a peak of 380 at 1800 hours, followed by a significant drop after 1900 hours, with a slight increase at 2000 hours before tapering off after 2100 hours. This table shows the percentage of children with different educational problems in two primary schools in 2005 and 2015. The problems occurring least often were spelling and handwriting in School B in 2005. The problems occurring most often were following instructions and concentrating in lessons in School A in the same year. Listening skills were also a significant problem in School A in 2005, improving considerably by 2015. In conclusion, School A's improvement over the 10-year period may be due to policies targeting and effectively solving the educational problems. The image depicts the life cycle of a chick. A young chick becomes an adult hen in a span of 3 months and then will lay eggs. The eggs will take about a time of 3 weeks to hatch into a chick, which then grows into an adult, and the cycle continues. This image represents the structure and function of various parts of a bike. It basically has 2 wheels made up of spokes to share rider's weight evenly. The front wheel is attached to the handlebar, which makes the wheels easier to turn. The back wheel has gears linked by a chain that increases speed. The chain is connected to a pedal that cranks and increases pedaling force. There is a horizontal bar at the top of the frame that divides rider's weight evenly between wheels. In conclusion, this structure looks simple, but it's a very efficient means of transport. The line graph image shows information about the palm oil production in Indonesia and Malaysia from 1996 to 1997 to 2007 to 2008. The highest tons of Malaysia and Indonesia was in 2007 to 2008, and the lowest was in 1996 to 1997. The graph is an increasing trend for Indonesia, but for Malaysia, it is a fluctuating graph with many highs and lows. The line graph for Malaysia is defined in blue color, whereas, for Indonesia, it is in red. Overall, there is consistent growth of palm oil production for Indonesia. The image reflects the information about the ideal sitting position on the chair while working on the computer. On the left side, the person is sitting in the wrong position, whereas the person on the right side is sitting in the right position while working. The person sitting on the left side is sitting in a slightly bent position, whereas the person sitting on the right side is sitting in a straight position. Overall, the person should sit straight on the chair while operating the computer. The image shows information about the food waste thrown in the dustbin. There are various types of food products thrown in the dustbin. They are dry roasted fish and pizza leftover, the peel of fruits, thick sticks of coriander, leftover dry veggies, and noodles. If we count the number of the items highlighted in the image, then there are 14 items. Out of which, a few are dry waste, whereas some are wet waste. Overall, the food thrown should be preferably dry. This table represents the information about sleep pattern for kids of ages 1 month, 12 months, and 3 years. A 1-month-old baby sleeps almost an equal number of hours during the day and night. A 12 months and 3-year-old baby get their majority of sleep during the night. In conclusion, the amount of total sleep required for a baby reduces as they get older, and the frequency of naps also reduce. The image shows the information about a lecture hall. According to the image, the seating arrangement is well designed so that every member of the audience should be able to see clearly at all times with an unobstructed sight line. Lecturer stage is in the middle of the lecture hall, equipped with whiteboard and podium. Moreover, after analyzing the main key aspects, it can be concluded that this image shows crucial information about the interior design of a lecture hall, which is strongly supported by data and facts. The picture depicts how a new home is designed. The procedure starts when the client fills out a questionnaire and is completed when a cozy, well-lit home is built. The design phase starts after an initial consultation that is free. In this phase, the concept is designed and it is developed. Pre-construction comes next, where the quotation price is fixed, the contract is signed and the building is approved for the next phase named construction. In this phase, the building has completed its construction within the predicted construction period. Maintenance check is done and the keys are handed over to the respected owner in the last stage. The customers can then relax in their brand new house. This bar graph represents the population comparison of major European countries in the years 1997 and 2007. If you closely observe the graph, even after the decade gap, the lowest population is still reported in Poland, and the highest is recorded in Germany. Overall, we can see that there is also a gradual increase in the population count in other countries as time passes. This image illustrates the production of the sleep hormone known as melatonin. When the human eye sees candlelight, it triggers an inhibitory response, while darkness stimulates melatonin production. The pineal gland in the brain produces melatonin in response to signals from the eyes. This interplay between production and inhibition forms the body's biological clock. In summary, this process demonstrates how our body reacts to light and darkness, and how melatonin production is closely connected to light exposure. The two graphs show the logistics cost by function and by mode. The most expensive function of logistics is transportation. It follows inventory carrying, warehousing, and administration. Most transportation is done by trucking, accounting for $4,000 billion, while at least by rail, accounting for just under $300 billion. In conclusion, transportation is the most expensive function of logistics, and trucking is the most used mode of transport. This image represents the alignment of planets that leads to a total and partial solar eclipse when the moon comes in between the sun and earth, and when there is a straight line alignment, an eclipse occurs. When sun rays pass over the moon, they form a single shadow on the earth's surface. The total eclipse can be seen from the center of the shadow, called the umbra, and the partial eclipse can be seen from the peripheral circle, called the penumbra. In conclusion, the display of a solar eclipse is very rare and only occurs once in a few years. These two graphs compare popular mobile phone brands in Australia during year 2009 and 2019. In year 2009, Apple dominated with more than a half of its market share. Samsung was the second and LG was the third most favorite. While during 2019, Samsung captured almost half of the market. Apple phones became the second most liked and Google got the third place. In conclusion, in the matter of a decade, Samsung became the most popular, and LG brand was replaced by Google phones in Australia.